What's up, guys? It's Brendan from Best Life Weight Loss. And today's bike vlog, I want to talk about, kind of picking your meal times and also defining breakfast. You know, if you do any kind of research about weight loss, as you should, anything I do, I like to have a little bit of knowledge on. Google is great. So I'm always looking for new things. And one thing I keep saying is, you gotta eat breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Now, if you've been following the channel, you know that I don't wake up. I don't eat right when I wake up. It's just something that, for my weight loss routine, it didn't play in the cards. Now, I don't recommend that for everyone. You have to really listen to your body, and when you wake up, your body might be screaming for nutrients. You just slept, could be fucking 8 to 12 hours. Remember I was talking about that fasted window? Whereas before I go to sleep, I like to not eat for 4 to 5 hours. Add that on to the sleep, and I consider that my fasting window, And for me, which, like I said, I don't recommend you do this until you know how your body's going to react. I'll fast for fucking 12, 13 hours, wake up, and instead of eating something, I'll drink, good amount of water. Just maybe a whole bottle of water, a little 20-ounce bottle, 16-ounce, whatever. And I'll just jump on the bike. And that's only because that's something I've routinely made myself do. From the beginning, I never really woke up and just wanted to eat, For me, the hardest part of the day was always getting the workout in. So my thought process was, fuck everything else. That's going to be the first thing I do. And that's kind of how that got started. And over time, I realized, I get a little hungry, especially on the bike after an hour or something. I just start sipping on water, and it works for me. That might not work for you. You might wake up, and you might really need some fucking nutrients. But one thing that's really going to put you forward on your weight loss journey is if you get the idea of breakfast foods out of your head. Most of the foods, especially in America, that we serve each other and our kids for breakfast is fucking terrible. Pancakes with syrup, waffles, Eggs is probably the only healthy thing I can think of that comes in a balanced breakfast nowadays. Cereal. Cereal is complete sugar. I have been seeing that Magic Spoon. That looks pretty cool. I've been thinking about trying it, but I really don't want to implement milk. So it's one of those things where it's like the idea of breakfast sandwiches, all that shit. I don't eat any of it. Pancakes and waffles, that's cheat day stuff. My last cheat day on Saturday, I had the big breakfast from McDonald's. It was amazing. But that's not something that I would say, gotta have that for breakfast. Hell no. That shit is terrible for you. My first meal of the day today is gonna be fucking ribs, corn, carrots, and rice. I don't associate, your first meal is what you call breakfast. I don't have a regular schedule where I wake up early in the morning and I work nights, so my schedule is a little different. So breakfast for me is not something, in the mornings. Breakfast for me is just my first meal of the day, So the idea of, you gotta eat breakfast, that doesn't fit in everyone's schedule. Now you wake up and say you want to work out right away, but you are extremely hungry in the beginning, that's fine. What you can do is have something small. You don't need, you need to have a giant breakfast when you wake up and you need as much food as you can when you wake up because your body needs it. No, fuck all that. You can get your body used to just having a protein shake, even having a banana. I would suggest avoiding shit like a bagel. Bagels, all carbs and sugar. There's no protein in it. It's just gonna fill you up for a couple hours. No nutrients. You're better off eating meat. You're better off making some eggs. You're better off eating something with protein for breakfast, especially if it's just something small to get you started. And then you can work out and you can have a bigger meal. I always eat a big meal after my workout, but the way my meals is set up is to have the one meal a day and then snack throughout the day of fruits, vegetables, different meat sources, protein alternatives. I've been buying a lot of nuts, almonds, and stuff like that, just to help me curb my certain appetites and certain urges. Yesterday, when I was putting my uniform on, I like to do some bicep curls. I was eating some fucking almonds while doing the bicep curls. Food, when you're on your weight loss journey, when you're not on your cheat day, when you're on your fucking routine and you're sticking with it, food really has to be the fuel. You have to look at it as like, oh, I need this to fuel my body so that I can effectively work out. And you can't just put garbage in your body. But when it comes to when to eat, that's really going to come down to how you feel. When you put your workout, if you put your workout in the morning, you know, you have to figure out, do I want to eat before or after? If you eat before, you want to give yourself a good 45 minutes to an hour, especially if you have a big meal. You want to let your food digest. You know, we've all been there. You eat something, you go work out, you feel like shit or you throw up. I've thrown up from working out too fast. You know, eating and then going to work out. So it's something you really want to watch for. But in the beginning, you're going to learn. Your body's going to tell you when it wants to eat, especially once you start doing your cardio, your exercise. And you don't have to try and do one meal a day. If you have a regular schedule and you're going to sleep at night and waking up in the morning, you can do your 3 meals a day. You can have breakfast. I feel like where you put your workout, if you work out in the morning, I would suggest having something small for breakfast, working out, and then having something bigger on for lunch or dinner. You know, when I had a regular schedule, so when I first started my journey, I wasn't on Graveyard. So how I would do it was, breakfast would be some bullshit, like a protein shake or something small but with protein to fill me up. And then I was doing that after working out. Lunch, I would make myself have a big meal, you know. I would try and have a really good meal, a lot of protein. And then, like 4 o'clock, I would make sure I eat something small, snack-wise, whether it's protein, fruits, whatever. And then I would fast. Obviously, that kind of thing can't be sustainable for everyone, but it really just comes down to fueling your body so that you have the energy to do the job, you know? And there shouldn't be any stigma about it, and you shouldn't feel like, oh, fuck, I have to get a balanced breakfast. No. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, those are arbitrary words just made up to, you know, make a workday schedule better. But it really comes down to fueling your body, understanding, hey, I need food at this time, and knowing, hey, I have these windows where I don't have food, and those will all play a big part. Knowing when and what to eat, and really just not be holding yourself to any kind of bullshit standards. You have to figure that out for yourself, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's trial and error. You know, you're gonna eat your food, you're gonna work out, and it's just about being mindful of what you're putting into your body and when. But I don't want you to feel like, oh, I have to adhere to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I have to eat this many times a day. It's all about following your body, listening to your body, and making yourself better. Well, I'm done rambling for today. I hope you start your weight loss journey and stay positive.